Ruben Buell is a member of the 10-year club. I think it's more like 15 to 20, isn't it, at this stage? Thank you very much, Ruben, for your incredible tenure in the industry. You're president at True.com for 11 years and built the company to over $100 million a year revenue. And you were president and CEO at Ruby Life at a very critical time when they went through, Ruby Life owns Ashley Madison, and they went through some real issues before you came on board, and you helped fix all that. And then you are COO and CTO of Reflex Media, which runs Seeking, among others. And you've got your CEO of Real Gifts, and you're here today to talk about Real Gifts, which is a very interesting platform, which is actually running at scale. And I'm going to let you tell us all about it. Thank you very much, Ruben.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Hello, everyone. Great to be here. Certainly been in the dating industry for a long time. All right, I'm going to talk about gifting. So Real Gifts has been around for some time. We did kind of come in and take advantage of it and are moving it forward as well. I do know I heard some people talking about virtual gifts earlier. Real Gifts was born, basically out of the idea of creating real gifts and delivering real gifts across social platforms and dating platforms. So some of the things that we talk about as we consider gifting features just in general is gifting suitable on your platform? Will your users like it? How will they take it? What is the overall impression of it? What are the potential risks that might be involved by putting a feature like Real Gifts on the platform itself? Really, it comes down to one of the reasons we got involved with Real Gifts was the feeling that one of our partners got when they received a gift. Really what dating apps are about is that feeling, the bubbles you get inside when someone new messages you, or you have a collision, as I like to call it. And gifting is a great form of collisions on an app. So it does create that warm, fuzzy feeling that happens when we get a gift. And the Real Gifts platform makes sure that you're going to get a gift that you actually love. So the science of gift giving, you're talking about science there, but unleashing positive neurochemical reactions. Basically, the Real Gifts platform allows people to stand out, but it also allows people to really get that dopamine rush, that rush of serotonin and everything when that gift comes. And it is that really gives the platform its balance that makes it stand out and makes it very good on platforms like dating platforms, where you have a number of people who are really trying to stand out, typically where a lot of the platforms have a ton of men to women, and not the other way around. And then dating and gift giving are inherently intertwined. So with the exchange of presents, it's a crucial aspect of building and strengthening relationships. It's just a proven fact, whether you are dating, whether you are in a long-term relationship, whether you are married. I know that my wife's birthday is coming up this weekend, and gift giving is a huge part of what's going to happen over the next few days. So, all right, just got a little example here of what it kind of looks like or could look like within an app, how gift giving can help you stand out in a crowded dating scene. That is a problem that a lot of men on apps face, and Real Gifts obviously is a way to kind of stand out and to do something completely different. From first impressions to forever. So just the impact of gift giving builds that initial impression. And then we call it the art of revealing yourself. But how you give and how you show on your wish list is also a way that somebody kind of tells what their interests are. So a lot of people use their wish list to also kind of show the types of things that they appreciate. All right, so how it works. So I wanted to just kind of run down what this kind of platform looks like. But basically, it is a fun experience where recipients can go in and create a wish list. They can do it from just dozens of shops and put together things that kind of personally identify them, that they're important with. They can also ask just for platform gift cards, which works as well. Everything on Real Gifts, of course, is private. And then purchases are billed as Real Gifts or to your actual brand itself, depending on how payments are set up. So the integration happens through a widget. So the widget actually kind of comes in and works within a website or works within an app, and I'll get to it a little bit, but through SDKs. The big thing about Real Gifts is it's very different than some of the platforms that are using like an Amazon wish list or some other wish list out there where the person has to go out and do it. But with Real Gifts, there's actually real money involved. So with Real Gifts, the channel partner that is in partnership with us typically receives about 20% of all revenue that moves through the platform. So for every $100 spent, 20 bucks of it goes to the actual platform itself, which means it's just a added revenue stream that goes directly to your bottom line, which is absolutely great. So customization. So this is kind of an example of what the widget looks like in its most generic sense. But all of this can be customized. All of it is set by style sheets that you can do from the brand. The widget itself has a certain look and feel. That whole look and feel can be modified so that it matches your style guides, your style sheets, etc. And all of it can be done within an actual Real Gifts admin. In addition to that, if you want, you can actually build an entire front end and just integrate with the API itself. That is available as well. So increased engagement. So this is just a case study of what it looks like running on a relatively large platform. So on one platform there, the shop has over 4 million active users this past year, runs about 30,000 daily active users. About 56% of recipients that received a gift actually created a wish list. The average user creates their wish list and spends about 18 minutes creating that wish list, and they typically have about 24 items on it. Our AOV is $152 in this case study, so you can see that it is a decent amount of dollars that is spent. I know for a lot of the apps that are living off of $7 or $8 charges, this is a nice chunk. Okay, so in general, what happens is a person just creates a small JavaScript library on their page, and then they put a button. Here's my gift list, here's my store, and they can kind of pop into that. It also can be integrated through SDKs on apps. And here we talk about that. So we have Node.js, PHP, Perl, iOS, Android SDKs. We can create custom SDKs if you're big enough. And then, like I said, you can also integrate directly through the API. So easy to integrate. You control the storefront. It brings people back to your site. Privacy and safety and security are great. And then users stay 100% on your site or in your app. You never leave it like you do with, say, an Amazon wish list. You make lots of money from it. And then, you do not have to worry about a sender knowing any information about the recipient. So all of that is handled through the app itself. Okay, I'm going to bounce now and actually show you kind of what it looks like on a website. All right, this is just our demo, but this shows, if I'm a recipient, I can pop in. You'll notice that it's a lot of stores, so I can come in and I can look at, say, Dolce & Gabbana, and I can add certain items to my wish list. Obviously, these are nice luxury items. I can also come in, keep things very simple, add flowers. I'm just adding them by clicking the heart, and it puts them in my wish list. You can see there are a number of different stores here. There's also additional stores to these that aren't being shown, but any of these things can be turned on or off by platform. So a platform can determine that they want to put this into place and just have the users be able to exchange flowers, for example. You could take it to just flowers and fragrances. You could do the entire store and it will operate. So all of that is customized based on what you want there. There's also customizations that can be put in place like price, et cetera, et cetera. I will tell you one of the great things about this is when you have them, you have a captive audience. So it's kind of the reason on the platform, we can charge full retail for these. We're not competing with Amazon or whatnot because you're in an app, you're in a platform. It's one of the things that creates the revenue so well. Now, if I am a person that is entering the store and purchasing, then I'll actually see the gift store like this. So I can see a person's wish list, which would be their top category, or I can buy anything in the store. So this is one of the most powerful things about the plugin itself when you integrate it directly into the platform. Whereas with, for example, an Amazon wish list, a user has to go create that wish list. Within any of our installs, you have about half of the sales that come directly off of people's wish lists and about half the sales where a person just goes in and says, you know what, I'm going to send this person some sunglasses, or I'm going to send them some shoes, or I'm going to do anything of that nature. The store handles it from there. So just to give you an idea of how it works in general, if I send somebody shoes, then they actually get a notification that some shoes were purchased for them. They then go and either accept those shoes, at which time they would say what size they wear, all those things that the sender doesn't have to worry about. So they get to do that at the time. They would enter their shipping address, etc., so that it all comes to them. They can also say, you know what, those shoes are great, but I'm going to swap them out for something totally different. They can swap it out for store credit. They can swap it for another item, and it's all handled very smooth. The person that gifted it is just told that the person accepted their gift. They're not kind of told, oh, and they swapped it out and got this instead. So communication is really, really done very, very nicely. So we spent about 10 years kind of working out just exactly the communications that go back and forth so that it is safe, it's secure, but also just a fantastic process, especially for the person who's receiving the gift. As I said, these are real gifts. So we are sending, Fendi bags, floral, chocolates, sunglasses, timepieces, all over the world. So we do send these items over to any part of the world that we can ship to. There are certain items like floral, where we have them only available in certain countries. But that stuff is all handled within the app. So if a user comes in and they're coming in from, say, Singapore, they will only see items that they can purchase within that region. So all of it is handled very, very nicely, and it installs very, very quickly within a platform and totally lights up in a different form what a user can see and what they can do in your application. So with that, I won't take up any more time. If anybody's got any questions about it or whatnot, you can hit me up here, or I could see you in the networking piece.
Thank you, Ruben. That's a great overview. Let me have a look at the Q&A. And the commentary. So look, this isn't a new platform, right? This is very well tested. This is not something that's coming. Yeah. How many years has it been in the works? And how many years?
A little over 10 years, and it started off really as an alternative to virtual gifts on Facebook. So this actually was something that was created in joint efforts with Facebook and first existed on the Facebook platform before Facebook decided to do it themselves and totally screw it up. So they've never really come out of that. So that was the origins of it, and then it has kind of lived on various dating sites since then as a plugin.
Can you give us a sense of scale? At what scale is this tested at?
Like I said, this is handling millions and millions of users each year. So on a monthly basis, probably has 150,000 active users, and that is actually within the widget itself. So not just on the platforms that it kind of lives in.
And you queued me up for the question: what did Facebook? What if you were advising Facebook now? I mean, how did they not do things optimally with their iteration of gifting?
Well, they basically pushed things out and then decided that they couldn't get it to work and shut it down. So it's kind of one of the things that Real Gifts has seen over the years is a number of competitors kind of popping up, realizing that the just logistics involved with working with vendors, working with drop shippers, et cetera, is not the easiest thing in the world to do, and especially not at scale. So it's just another person that kind of popped up, tried something, and then bounced out of the market.
And what range of vendors do you offer?
So we offer all kinds of vendors, from luxury goods shipped directly out of Italy to home furniture, massage chairs, decoration, lighting. The biggest things that sell really are like floral, chocolates, introductory type things, perfumes and fragrances are huge. And then there's smaller stuff like sunglasses, sneakers, which are also nice. But we do have people buy others $2,000 Gucci bags all the time.
Gotcha. And can you actually refine, as a dating partner, can you refine, hey, I just want to sell this kind of, these are in keeping with our brand, we just want to have like a fairly small subset of what you're offering? Is that possible?
Yes, absolutely. And you can also target certain price points too, right? So I've talked to apps that did not like the idea of someone being able to buy someone a $2,000 gift on their platform, or were worried about what the user that was receiving that gift was actually using the platform for. So in that sense, you bring it down to ways where you really can make a good introduction, like flowers, chocolates, fragrances, some simpler items that don't get too high in value, but where you can stand out and where a person literally will have some flowers sitting on either their desk or at their home. And it's just a great feeling.
Great. Ruben, thank you very much for giving us an overview of Real Gifts and the inside track on the product. Let me just check if there are any other questions. I think we've got...
I've got a few.
We've got a question. There we go. Or do we... Sorry, I'm going to the Q&A section now. Oh, hello. Yeah, Ben. Ben's got a question. How do you handle addresses? Does the recipient get a prompt via email or SMS?
So they will get a prompt depending on the integration. They always get one through email. So a recipient gets an email that says, hey, you have been gifted. They also, in most of the integrations, get an in-app message. So, for example, we can integrate with the actual app itself. And so by giving a person, in case they miss the email, it's always nice if through the app they get a notification that they've received a gift. And so at that point, they get that notification, they click it, it brings them back into your app, into the widget, to where they actually accept the gift. And they would, at that point, if they have not already, if it's their first gift, give their address so that we know where to ship it to. So that's all handled on the recipient side. Of course, the buyer, the gifter never sees any of that and is never aware. They don't have to worry about where the recipient is located. And the recipient doesn't have to worry about the gifter knowing where they're located, more importantly than anything.
Great. And Richmond from Couplet asks, what is the data retention policy on customer data hosted with Real Gifts, i.e. address and payment details? How do you coordinate?
Yes. So it basically aligns with whatever the actual person that we're integrating with is. So in general, if we have payment information on a person, we're going to keep it about a year and then obliterate it away. Obviously, we've got to keep it from a chargeback perspective for that 5-6 month period. But then we do allow a period after that where a person can come in and utilize the same card easily so that they can have one-click checkout and such. If there's any data retention policies that people want in addition to that or to be more strict, they can certainly let us know and we will make sure that that happens.
And Rob from Pink Triangle asked, do you sell adult gifts as well? Sexy gifts.
We do sell adult gifts and sexy gifts, and they are some of the best sellers on certain sites. So it just depends on what your platform is, but there is a large selection of adult toys as well as lingerie or what we call party wear.